So I'm trying to do this quickly because Sophie's kind of bleh. So anyway, so I just finished week 8. Yes, week 8. And I lost not even a pound. So in the past 8 weeks, I've lost 8 pounds. And I was hoping to have lost 16 pounds by now. I wanted to lose double the weight. So I'm really, really annoyed. It's so frustrating. And I always try to stay really positive and, oh, it's okay, and blah, blah. But you know what? No, sometimes I think it's good to just vent and be angry, because I think sometimes that anger fuels you to do something about it. So you guys remember how I told you my plan is I wasn't going to diet. I was just going to kind of cut back and work out, and as long as I was losing weight, that was what I was going to do, because then I wouldn't be miserable, and dieting doesn't work for me, and blah, blah, blah. And I'd still try to eat better, but whatever. Well, I'm losing weight, which is great, but I'm losing it more slowly than I would like. And I said if that was the case, I'd step it up. So I'm stepping it up, because I just would like to lose a little bit more than I'm losing now. It's kind of frustrating me. And so anyway, this past week I walked over my 3 miles. I planned on walking around 11 miles, but as like my husband, was looking up things into this and suggested, he said, really need to probably up my cardio a lot, like I was doing in the beginning when I was losing it a little faster. So I didn't walk as much. Sorry, Jenny. Jenny's like my internet walking buddy, and we had said we were trying to walk 11 miles this week. But I didn't walk as much, but I did do other workouts instead. So, and yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I'm cutting back on my food big time. And I don't mean cutting back like totally starving myself of calories, whatever, no. I just mean I've just got to step it up. Like, the way I'm doing it, clearly, it's just like I'm snail pacing it along, and that's just not good enough for me anymore. It's just not good enough. I'm not doing good enough, and I want to do something about it. So starting, on my 9th week, I'm going to just try to jumpstart this. And I started over the weekend, actually, and I already lost, from Saturday to this morning, I lost almost 2 pounds. And I wasn't crazy. I didn't restrict my calorie diet or anything. I just ate a lot more healthy. So yeah, I really need to step it up. This is kind of ridiculous. And once I get my weight kind of more under control, then I'll loosen up and kind of, do what I wanted to do to help maintain or help to maybe lose it a little bit more slowly, etc., right? But right now, it's kind of like my husband was pointing out. I've already had my fun. I've already enjoyed all my cake and, just to put it out there, whatever, what have you, burrito, whatever it was I was eating. So now it's time, I've already enjoyed it. I've already had my fun, and now it's time to work. So I'm going to do. And I know a couple people were like, oh, man, it sounds like you want to lose more weight than you need to. You don't look like you need to lose as much weight as you're saying. But okay, so I'm just going to put it out there and let you guys know. I'm not telling you my weight. I said I'm never doing that. It's awesome that people do that. I'm not. But I will tell you right now, I'm overweight. If you calculate my BMI, I'm overweight. That's the honest truth. So you're looking at a person who is overweight. And I think in our society, everybody always complains about how people want to be too thin and how, underweight is in and we need to combat that and blah, blah. And that's true. We do. Like, there's people get too thin, blah, 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 right? But I also think that we've begun to justify certain amounts of weight that aren't healthy. And, that's not good either. And so the thing is like, for people to look at me and they're like, oh, because like I said, I've had people who've sent me messages and things, and they're like, you're totally normal, blah, 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 and I appreciate that, and it's not that I think I'm like, horrible or anything, but I am overweight, which means I'm more at risk for heart disease and cholesterol buildup and blah, 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 blah. It's just the honest truth. And so, overweight isn't necessarily just someone who is, looks huge. Like, I'm overweight, and it's just the truth of the matter. And so it's just not going to cut it for me. I've never been overweight in my entire life until now. Like, I've been heavier. I've thought I was overweight, but I've never actually had a BMI that was overweight, ever. I cannot believe I'm in that category, and that's just not okay with me, you know? I have, diabetes runs in my family, like heart attacks run in my family, and no, it's just silly that at my age I'm overweight. Like, that's not okay. So yeah, so that's just, once again, I put myself out there, that's kind of embarrassing to say, but it's the truth. And so, I think some people aren't honest with themselves, I think we have a lot of complaints, and a lot of people address the topic of being too thin and anorexia and all that stuff, and that's awesome. But I don't think a lot of people address the topic of those people who are blinded to maybe their unhealthiness. So I personally know, and I'm not going to say who they are, obviously, I personally know several people who I think don't admit to the fact that they should lose some weight, and it can be dangerous. And here's the other truth of the matter is too, and you can go and talk to a doctor, you can look it up. The truth of the matter is you can even have a healthy BMI and still be very unhealthy. You can be, in the normal weight range, but if you're carrying a lot of abdominal fat, that is so unhealthy. Abdominal fat is a sign of fatty organs, and this is a fact, y'all. This isn't like just, complaining or whatever. This is a fact. And so, yeah, it's just, I want to be here a really long time, and healthy habits start young, and you just have to kind of nip it in the bud, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. And so I kind of set up my, I told you all before, I have mini goals or whatever. So my mini goals now are based on my BMI. They said that I was reading, and they said that studies have shown that a person with a BMI at 22 is actually the most healthy. They're healthier than people with BMIs below that, even, because you start getting thinner, it could compromise your immune system. Obviously, you start getting heavier, that's bad for your arteries and your organs, etc. So they said being about 22, so that's kind of my ultimate goal or whatever. And maybe, I think the weight I want to lose puts me slightly below that, but that would be really great to be that. So anyway, I adjusted my mini goals to reflect different levels of my BMI. So obviously, my first BMI, goals are just to help get me under that, put me in the normal category instead of being overweight. So yeah, you guys, that's just me being truthful again. I felt like I put myself out there when I kind of show what my body looks like right now, and I hope that my honesty, putting that out there, will make some people who keep putting off losing weight or putting off being healthy because they're like, oh, I'm not that bad. I hope it puts it into perspective that, yeah, I don't mean that, I think I'm hideous or anything like that. And I don't think I'm, so fat or anything like that. It's not me trying to just be super hard on myself. It's honestly, it's a health thing. And I hope it kind of, people realize, maybe I'm not that huge girl, but that doesn't mean I'm healthy. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I just hope that helps some people. And so, yeah. So there it is. I am stepping it up, y'all, because this weight's gotta come off. And plus, I want to have another baby, and I'm not doing it until I lose weight. So that's more motivation, is to get my weight back down before I try to conceive again. So there it is. And yeah, I'm kind of worked up, and I'm kind of angry because I think, like I said, it helps sometimes. So, yeah. Anyway, let's do this. Let's keep doing it. Y'all are awesome. As far as the team goes, guys, we need to step it up big time. Our goals were worse than January. Worse. That's not cool. And the goal that was just like the motivational goal, which is easy. It requires no exercise, which is just tell somebody on SparkPage one time a week they're doing an awesome job on their webpage. We did horrible with that goal. Like, what the heck, guys? So that's an easy goal. And like I said, I think some people just aren't tracking it. So track it. But, okay. So now I need to calm myself back down so I can go, work my butt off, literally, and get healthy. Yeah, so here's the healthy BMIs. This isn't even just about looking good or being skinny. I want to be healthy, So, yeah. And just to like kind of up it, my tentative plan right now is that I'm going to eat healthy and reasonable 6 days a week, and I'm going to have 1 goop off day. So that's my current plan, is to do that. My free day, basically. So, all right, and that's it for now, guys. I'll see you next week. With hopefully I'll come back next week and be like, I lost 3 pounds, woo, or whatever, you know. So, or at least 2, because 2 pounds a week is fine. So anyway, yeah. All right, bye, guys.